Okay. Take 4, 5, and 6, y'all. Hello, good morning. Right now, it's Sunday. Sunday morning. I'm out just walking. But I wanted to come on here because, oh, what is, this lighting is so bright. I hate it. Let me go back over here. Yeah, I wanted to come out over here because I just wanted to talk to y'all and just introduce myself. My name is Karen, the Karen Chantel. Thank you for coming to my channel. And like I said, this is 4, 5, and 6 takes. I done did this with you guys. 4, 5, and 6. I'll fix the lighting later, but this is my introductory. The first footage that I recorded in my house, and then when I went to play it back, you guys, it was on slow motion, S&Q. So that's gonna be a blooper later. I had to ditch that. And then I recorded some more. I recorded again, and that was really good. But then when I went to upload import my information from the SD card onto my Mac, I accidentally, because this is my first time, I accidentally deleted the photo. Well, I got a recovery application, I signed up for this recovery, but then when it was found again and imported again, it was in a JPEG. So here I am again recording. But I just wanted to introduce myself. This is going to be a lifestyle channel where we have fun and we take care of ourselves mentally, physically, and I just wanted to introduce myself as to why I'm doing YouTube. I always wanted to do YouTube. I'm gonna tell you, when the pandemic happened and we were in the house, I had bought all this equipment, you guys. I bought all this equipment to start YouTube. And then I was like, you know, thinking you need this, thinking you need that, a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't need. But that's neither here nor there. Let's fast forward to end of March 2024. I got COVID. I didn't know I had COVID. At that time, I thought it was just allergies, because usually in Maryland around end of March, beginning of April, you know, your allergies start to mess up. I had very little allergies, not a whole lot of allergies. Then it just went on and on. I was taking Claritin, and my daughter-in-law was like, "Are you getting sick?" I was like, "No, this is just allergies." And then it progressed. It went on and on. It wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't like I had COVID before. It wasn't like the first 2 times I had COVID. And so I went to the doctor. My doctor was unavailable. I'm a part of a group, or I was a part of that particular group. And my doctor was not available. After finding out more information, I found out that she actually had COVID as well. So, but I didn't see her until I was out of the hospital. And let me stop. Oh, it feels so good out here. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful out here. I'm in Columbia by the lakefront. I'm right across the street from the mall. I'll show you a little bit of this. It's bright out here, so I don't think that my settings is as great. That's why I'm over here in the shade. But I'll figure it out to where I'll show you guys what it's like out here. But anyway, I went to a doctor within the practice, and I was given multiple medications over time, and it wasn't helping. It wasn't helping. Then when I lost my sense of taste and smell, then I started getting really bad. Lymph nodes was just swelling up, and I looked terrible. I went to I was coughing all the time. Coughing, couldn't get rid of a cough. No matter what medication I had, I could not get rid of the cough. And it all came to a head. I went to my niece's graduation, high school graduation in May. In May 2024. And I was miserable. You know, we get up, we take a shower, we do what we gotta do. You know, even the same thing at work. I was miserable. Day in and day out. Couldn't sleep. Coughing. Nothing was working. And when I left Chicago, I called them before I left Chicago, because a really good friend of mine, she is an ultrasound tech. She said, tell them that you need to, you know, see them sooner, because I was getting back home on Tuesday or Wednesday, Tuesday, and but I was not gonna do a follow-up with the doctor until Friday, and I told them that I needed to move that up until Wednesday. So I saw her. I had this pain, you guys, like right up in this area. I had this terrible pain. I thought, let me get some ginger, boil some ginger, drink that. That only helped for a split second, literally a split second. And I was up all night for 2 nights. That Thursday night, I just couldn't sleep. I started throwing up, projectiling, throwing up like I was The Exorcist, if y'all remember The Exorcist back in the day. But I told my husband, I said, I think I need to go to urgent care. And he was like, I think we passed urgent care. So that Friday, I went to the hospital. They took all these type of tests for me. And then they skipped me. Because, you know, you take your blood, you do a CT scan and all that stuff at the hospital. They do everything. And they skipped me, meaning that it was people in front of me that should have went back. And then those people, they didn't. They was like, do you know why we brought you back here? And I was like, no. And they said, well, because your platelet count is down to 2. Okay, you know, when you get your explanation of benefits on your yearlies, because I'm usually a healthy person, never had any allergies. If I did, I had very minimal allergies, you guys. And so they said my platelet counts was a 2. You see that, you don't really know what it is. I didn't know what it really was, but come to find out, the platelets is what clogs stop you from bleeding. That's what stops you from bleeding. So bleeding to death. They kept me in the hospital. I wasn't going anywhere until that platelet count got up to what the doctors wanted them to be. And then plus I still had that pain. They put me on morphine. They thought that I had, they thought it was my gallbladder, but it wasn't my gallbladder. I threw up so much and had so much scarring down there that it appeared that it was my gallbladder, but it was not my gallbladder. That healed itself with the medications. I was on IVIG, antibiotic, a steroid. I was on all that stuff. So over time, when I was in the hospital, that got better. And so then they were like, it got better. You know, I really hate taking medication. The doctor is the last place I want to go to, because usually when you go to the doctor, it's just like they just telling you, oh, go over the counter and take something over the counter. So I started that right off the bat, you know, taking stuff right off from over the counter. And then I never got better. Then I went to the doctor and then got put on this and that and this and that, which ultimately was not good for my body. So I say all that to say I was scared to eat. The pain that I was in, I was just scared to eat. First of all, I lost my sense of taste and smell. That is how I know it was COVID. Because by the time I would go to the doctor and they did COVID tests, I had 3 at different times. That COVID, it came back negative. But what takes away your sense of taste and smell? COVID. It is right now, end of June 2025. I still do not have my sense of taste and smell. So it is what it is. I'm still going to the doctor. I go to the hematologist once a month, just to make sure that my platelet counts are, you know, normal or better than they were. I'm seeing a new doctor. She's fabulous, and she ordered a bunch of tests for me, because my old doctor from the old practice that I was going to, she got COVID and things just weren't working out, and you know, I guess she just left eventually. But I have a new doctor. She's fabulous. I love her. Her bedside manner was great. She wasn't afraid to touch me and see what's going on. She's concerned about some things, and then she just went on and decided that she wanted to have me go and get an ultrasound, which I just had an ultrasound, and now I gotta have other tests, but I'm not worried about it. We gotta just get to the bottom of this. But I started juicing. Started taking care of myself, because when I got sick, it just did something to my body, y'all. I was always a healthy person. Sure, you know, you gain a little weight here and there, but you can just bring it back, and that's what I've always done. But it wasn't happening. Not only that, you know, I am 57, so you're just thinking that certain things, it can be menopause. But I started juicing. I bought a juicer in October of 2023. Glad I did. Because when I got out of the hospital, that's what I was doing. I was juicing. And it just made my body better. You know, I wasn't even trying to lose any weight. I lost weight just to cleanse your body and do detox. That's what I was doing. So every once in a while, I'll do a deep detox. But that's why I'm here talking to y'all. You know, as we get older, we have to take care of ourselves. We thinking that we're doing something really good for our bodies, and then this happens. So then you have to change things, bring it back in, and that's what I'm doing. I'm changing things. Life is short. Life is short. We have to enjoy every single day of it. I don't care. You know, it's not worth it getting up here, doing the grind, stressing out about everything. I did that. Stressed out, you know, getting things done at work, but stressing out, you know, not getting any good sleep. I'm sure that probably was a lot of my immune system was so low, it wasn't able to fight off anything, because every time I turned around, it's just stress, you know. And I like what I do, and I love the people that I work around, I work with, but it's stressful. So I had to make some decisions. I'm still there, but I'm gonna do what I can do, but I'm not gonna be a superwoman, because there's only so much that we can do out here. But with that being said, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm talking to you guys. I appreciate you coming to my channel and viewing me and spending some time with me, hanging out with me. And I hope to see you guys like many more times. But thank you. This is my introduction video. And just want to take you around some beautiful sights here today, things that I like to do. And I don't know, I got some I gotta roast some vegetables. Maybe I'll roast a few vegetables. Um, and take you guys along in my kitchen. All right? Okay. Okay, I wanted to say something else. I wanted to say all the things, not only just the platelet counts, but I have asthma now. I never had that. Allergies are off the roof. Everything that I eat, even healthy stuff, I have a very inflamed. It's so much inflammation in my body, and I can drink water. I can drink natural juice. It just depends. I am going to go see an allergist because even though you juice some things, you might be allergic to some of the juices. I clean my vegetables with baking soda and vinegar. Fruits and vegetables, I do that. I soak it very well. I rinse that but I'm telling you, that COVID did something to my body, y'all. It did. I always have a rattle in my chest. I cough. Yeah, it's real, and I'm just gonna sit here and just figure out some things until the Lord heals me and figure out what I can do to minimize a lot of my symptoms. So that's what I've learned to do: minimize a lot of my symptoms. Watermelon, I love it during this time of the season. Cucumbers are water-based. I can't do any tomatoes anymore because those are high in histamine. Any high in histamine foods, fruits, vegetables, I cannot have those anymore. I've learned that just by researching because when you get desperate, when you're not feeling well and when things are not working out, you get very desperate. So you start to research things on your own. I know that I'm not the only one that this has happened to. And no, I haven't gotten when I was talking to my sister, she was like, well, did you get that diagnosis? We rely so much on doctors, and thank God for them. There's some really, really good doctors out here. But we rely on doctors so much that the things that we find out that are natural, other people, you can't tell them nothing because they so quick to dismiss it. You have to be your own advocate. But I say all that to say, I was researching because I know that I'm not the only one that this has happened to. So then I started noticing things with my body. Okay, yeah, you're right. I can't have these foods. Let me list all the foods that are high. Let me research all the foods that are high in histamine. So that's how I got here. So of course, I'm not gonna say that it's been a while that I don't eat. I can't say that I don't eat tomatoes at all. That used to be one of my favorite snacks. Cucumbers and tomatoes. Cut it up, y'all. Put a little some vinegar, salt and pepper. I learned that from my daddy at a very young age. And just, that was a nice snack, especially around the summer. It's nice and hot. So, yeah. But, all right, y'all. I just wanted to say that. Okay. Oh, when I clean as I go, y'all, I cannot stand clutter. Okay, peel these. I'm going to cut them up and put them in a baking sheet with some parchment paper. And, yeah, be done with that. So, this is the chopped up sweet potatoes, you guys. So, let's put them on a cookie sheet with some parchment paper.
In addition to this sarong, I also got a Sofia Vergara swimsuit.
Okay, I'm going to put a little garlic and cinnamon with this. Just coat it a little bit with a little extra virgin olive oil. And just a little bit. Just a little garlic, not a whole lot. And just a little cinnamon. And just coat that very well. Coat it very well. Just a little bit of this. A little bit more. Okay, so this water, I let it boil, then I turn it off. I'm just going to let the Brussels sprouts sit in here for about 4 or 5 minutes. Then I'm going to take them out and cut the stem off, cut them in half, and dry them off, and then put some oil on them, okay? Okay, so I'm cutting up a little red onion because I like to top my Brussels sprouts once I glaze it. I like to top them with a little bit of red onion. I just like the way it looks because obviously, you know, I'm a lot of my recipes are from memory from when I did have my sense of taste and smell. So I just knew what I liked, thank goodness. And yeah, so I'm going to top that with it. Once they're almost done in the oven, I'm going to spread this on top of them. Then I'm going to get them out and put them in a bowl and add some maple syrup and glaze. And then I'm going to throw that all in there together. Nobody's going to see you. Okay. Okay. So I heated up the rice and the cabbage and beef stew. So I'm going to throw a little bit of, like I said, I was making a bowl. So I'm going to throw a little bit of this in the bowl. That'll be something nice and cute. It's a nice meal. And it doesn't look like much, but it is, y'all. So, and then I'm going to throw some of this goodness Brussels sprouts with onion, red onion and bacon, child, in here. This is it. I love Brussels sprouts. Let's taste this. Let's taste this. Yeah, I like all that stuff mixed together. No judgy. No judgy. What, honey?
Can I get my keys?
Yeah. He funny. Man, it's good. The sweetness mixed with the salty. It's real good. Now, I wish I could have some hot peppers or something, but I can't. So this wraps up this introduction video, y'all. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, cooking with me, being patient with me. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. And have a great day. Bye.